I walked inside the room and placed a glass of milk in a nightstand. Oh, my target is finally walked inside the room. I took a milk glass. Look like Target is in the mood tonight. Why, milk? Anything is special? I opened my mouth for reply him, but is your mood is for do something or you got a different feeling? Then just tell me. Mood? No, I'm not feeling different. You look at him and show him the most innocent side of yours. Then suddenly this milk. Oh, this milk. I was made it for Jihu, but it's a leftover, so I didn't like milk, so I gave you for finishing up. Oh, fine. Jungkook looked at you and smiled. He opened his mouth to say something, but you take your phone from the nightstand. Rain is happening outside. Yeah, so. So, isn't your mood to do something? Is he thinking to eat something in this rainy season? Tell me, what's your order? I point at her. I flushed and quickly looked away. Expression on his face, he inched closer, his face just inch away from yours, and about to peck you. Suddenly you stand up as Jihu, his 5-year-old daughter, walked inside the room. Jungkook sit back quickly and clear his throat. He's saying, trying to compose himself. Dad, you need to take your medicine for your cough, Jihu says seriously, holding out the bottle of cough syrup. You can't help but laugh at the adorable scenes. Look like you're got a little doctor in house. I will take as your mom will give me. You blush and she call you mom. This is your stepdaughter, not a real daughter. Jungkook was a single father. You both was working on the same office. One night, due to the overwork, you stay late at the office with him. Guess what he did with you? He ordered a dinner with you, and after work, he offered you to stay at his home. Due to the heavy rain, guess what he did at his home? It's me, your daughter, understand. She was his real mother. In one accident, Jihu lost her mother 2 years ago, and from that day, she became a mute, and doctor said to take care about her. He offered you to stay at his home. It was a 4 BHK. With the time, you come closer with Jihu, and he started to speak again. Also, her father started to feel for you, and finally, he confessed you about his true feelings that he having for you. Now you both are married, and you also liked him in the same way, so you're enjoying. And his life again started to bloom with the cherry trees, just cause of you. Jihu take to arms, her eyes wide with excitement. Can you read me a story, please? I wanted to sleep. She holding her favorite storybook. Smile and take the book from her. Of course, Jihu, let's get you ready for the bed first. Smile and watch the interaction between you and his daughter. Thank you, he said softly. Sit on the edge of the Jihu's bed and see. Strung under the covers, you open the book and begin to read. Your voice was smooth and calm. Jihu listened, and her eyes slowly closing as she drifted off to sleep. Jungkook stand at the doorway, leaning against the frame. Good night, Jihu, he whispered before turning to you. Thank you. You're really great with her. Smile and closing the book, gently setting it aside. She is a wonderful little girl. Jungkook noted his expression thoughtful. Yeah, and I'm really glad you're here. Hugh and Jungkook walk back into the bedroom together after putting a Jihu to the bed. Thank you for everything. You are so much happiness to me, Jihu. Our family feels completely against because of you. Jungkook says, his voice filled with gratitude. I'm glad I can help you, smile warmly. Jungkook stepped closer and gently holding your waist. I don't know what I'd do without you. He leaned in and his eyes fixed on yours. Just as his lips about to touch yours, Jihu burst into the room and calling out loudly, Wait, I forgot to say goodnight to you. You both quickly stepped back and trying to compose yourself. Jungkook cleared his throat and a bite embrace. Hey, did you forget something again? She said, down to her level. I forgot to say goodnight to you and give you a hug, Jihu nodded. Smile and give her a big hug. Good night, Jihu. Sweet dreams. Jungkook smiled at the scene, his heart filled with all right. Back to bed now, he says gently, guiding her back to her bed. Soon Jihu left. Jungkook again tried to come closer to you. After a few quiet minutes conversation, you and Jungkook find yourself drawn together again. He leaned in and his lips brushing against your tender. Just about the moment depends. The door crack open again. Dad, Mom, Jihu's voice interfered, causing him both of to pull back and quickly looked at her. Jihu, why are you up again? Jungkook says and trying to hide his frustration with a gentle smile. I forget to say goodnight to Jihu declared confidently, holding out a soft toy. You and Jungkook confused and glanced at each other. What? You asked, puzzled. Jihu nodded and handed you the soft toy. Then he climbed into the bed and small hands resting to your stomach. He leaned closer, making you blush with surprise. What are you doing? Jungkook asked, his voice filled with a gentle curiosity. Jihu continues talking softly. Good night, sleep well. She looked at him and completely. He seems momentary stand, but quickly understands the reason behind her action. His eyes soften. He kneels down beside Jihu. Jihu, who told you about? He asked gently. Jihu looked up with wide, innocent eyes. I heard talking to you about that. I know that. I wanted to say goodnight. You gasped softly and a hand moving. Jungkook is she. He nodded, his eyes filled with emotion. What's happening? What's she? You whispered to him. I will tell you everything first. Let her go. He whispered to you back. Jihu's face lighted up at the excitement. Really, I'm going to have a siblings, right? She both looked at each other. No one dared to tell her truth because her happiness was so much precious, but he was not going to make her elder. How these things come in her mind suddenly? Something happened to her kindergarten, or she saw this from a cartoon or somewhere else. Jungkook wrapped his arms around both of you. His voice was a choke with emotion. Yes, we are going to have a new member in our family. She was trying to understand, and on the other hand, Jungkook was a light, like a pro. Jihu's squeeze and delight a hug. Good night. I can't wait to meet you. She laughed softly and feeling the mix of happiness and surprise. Good night, Jihu. No, she really needed to go to bed. Jihu nodded and allowed Jungkook to guide her back to the room. She stuck in a return to the bedroom, and the room now filled with a sense of the joyful anticipation. After Jihu left in a room, she looked at Jungkook in a confusion. He sighed deeply and turning back to you, sadness and emotions in his eyes. There is something I need to tell you. He began. His voice was heavy. My ex, she was when she. Your heart ached for him that you see the pain etched in his face. Jungkook, I'm really sorry. He nodded in solving heart. It was a card that lost both of her. And Jihu was. She was in a car too. She survived, but she stayed mute, and for a long time she was not fine too. Tears welled up in your eyes as you realized the depth of his loss. That's heartbreaking. I can't even imagine. Just must remember this past memories. Jungkook continued his voice and strained. When he showed you started to taking again, your face looked like her mother. I think she sees you as her mother. You reach out holding his hand tightly. It must have been hard for both of you, but it's also explained the mish ramps up to me so quickly. She found a happiness again because of you, and I'm finding hope. But we haven't told her the full truth. She is too young to understand this loss. Jungkook nodded. You squeezed his hand, your heart filled with sympathy. I understand. I will be gentle with her. She deserves all the happiness in the world. Jungkook's eyes softened as he pulled you into the tender embrace. Thank you so much for understanding. Sure, brought light back to our life. You rest your head to his chest, feeling his heartbeat well through his together as a family. You pat the top of your head and sense of the past and settling over him, yes, as a family. The room is quiet for a moment, full only with the sound of the breathing, and then Jungkook speaks again, his voice barely about to whisper. I never thought I'd be able to feel this way again, but you give me a hope, and thanks for that. You look up at him, his eyes are filled with emotion. You don't have to thank me, I'm just happy to be here with me and Jihu. You smile, embarrassing and stand hair away from your face. You're amazing, you know that. You blush and leaning to his touch. So, are you? Jihu is an incredible little girl and making sure that she knows she's loved and safe. Jungkook nodded and looked into determination in his eyes. Yes, we will. She both settled into the bed and feeling the sense of the wash over you. Despite the pain and loss in the past, Jungkook has found a way to move forward and you're become the part of his journey. Together you know that how to can face anything that comes to your way. Just before you drift off to sleep, you hear the Jungkook whisper. Smiles and your heart full. Yeah, me too. After you both settle into the bed and turn to you, playfully glint in his eyes, he leaned in closer, his bent warm against your cheek. No, I'm still in a mood to do something. You look at him and blush deeply at his words. What are you in a mood to do? You ask softly. Your heart is pounding. Jungkook's eyes sparkle. I plan to change our daughter's imagination into the real world. His words making you blush even harder. You find out difficult to meet his gaze, but his eyes was never leaves your. Jungkook, you whisper the feeling, the mix of excitement and nervousness. His gentle lift your chin, his expression was serious and yet tender. Can I? He asked, seeking your permission. You took a deep breath, your voice barely audible. You never need permission from me. A bold smile spread across his face. I wanna feel you more, he says softly before pulling the both of you, feeling the warmth. It started to play. His touch was gentle, back was it deep and passionate, every moment filled with a tender and connection. Depth of the feeling for you. As the nights progress, you lose yourself in each other's, the passion cracking the bond together, than efforts, room filled with whispered words, promises for the future, both of you feeling for the moment. You yell out his name loudly. You pull his hair, hold him more. The feeling was so good, it's time for you. Over your innocent tonight. Grab her waist. Grab her more. It's really soft. I looked at her with wide eyes. What can be more tough? It feels so good by the everything. I like the way she calling my name loudly. I took some heavy breath and sweat up. I feel a strong pain, but at the same time, making me feel so much pleasure too. I need more. The next morning, you wake up and feeling from the night before. You're trying to stand up, but your legs wasn't. You find out the hard to keep your balance. Jungkook was already awake, noticed and chuckled softly. Looked like someone had so much fun last night. You blushed and gave him a playful glare. Maybe someone's. Cause of someone that's happened. Jungkook grinned and getting out of the bed and scooping you effortlessly. Let's get the clean up. He carried you to the washroom and turning the warm water for the bath. Relax, he gently helped you, joined you. The warm water was so much. Lean against, enjoying the peaceful moment. Suddenly there knocked on the door. Mom and Dad, Jihu was called out. He looked at you, you both smiled. We're better finish him up, he whispered and giving you a quick peck. You know, the two of you quickly raised off the dry. Jungkook wrapped you in a towel and carried you out. Opening the door, Jihu found us standing there, looking curious. Dad, I'm so much hungry, Jihu said, her eyes wide. Jungkook smiled at her. Guess what? Today, Daddy will going to make a breakfast. Jihu's face lighted up with excitement. Really? What are you going to make? Jungkook set you down gently on the bed and making sure that you're comfortable before the turning back to Jihu. How about the pancakes? Can I help? Jihu cheers and pounds on her feet. Of course, Jungkook replied, taking her hand. He turned to you. You rest here for a bite. We will call you when the breakfast is ready. A smile and feeling the rush of the affection for the both of you. Okay, I will join you soon. Jungkook and Jihu head to the kitchen and you can hear the laughter and conversation they cook together while you feel this strong enough to get up and join them. When you walk into the kitchen, you see that Jihu is standing on a stool helping him to mix the pancake batter. You both looked up and smiled at you. Good morning, filling the batter, Jungkook said warmly. You nodded and walked over to them. Much better. This looks had a lot of fun. Mom, Dad, let me add a chocolate chips, Jihu grinned. It sounds so delicious, you said and rubbed her hair. Jungkook flipped the pancake into the plate and handed it to you. Here, try this. You take a bite of the fluffy pancake. It's perfect, thank you. Jungkook leaned back your forehead, anything for you. You all sit down together at the table and enjoying the breakfast that Jungkook and Jihu made. The room is filled with laughter, conversation, love, after joy, and the little family evidence of the every moment. After breakfast, Jihu looked up at you both. Her eyes were shine with happiness. She said simply, I looked at and walked to her. Tear of joy filled Hugh and his eyes, and then at Jihu. Of course, so much. After they reach across the table, taking your hand in his, as we do our happy family, we always be here for each others. So thanks for watching guys, and don't forget to subscribe my channel. See you guys all in next video.